Hola amigos y bienvenidos al canal. Me llamo Nuria y soy tu profesora de español. In today's video, I have a grammar video, and if you have seen other videos in my channel, grammar based, I like to take myself off the screen and show you a slides kind of classroom situation in which you fully focus on learning the grammar. I try to make it very short and very easy for you so that you can learn the grammar. And as always, you can have further documents for download completely for free and some additional exercises for a very, very low price at the end of the video. That is if you want to practice more than what we're going to see in this video. Today we have the imperative tense in Spanish, which is used quite a lot. So what we're going to see is when do we use it, how do we use it, and how is the imperative in Spanish. We are going to have a look at the regular verbs and some of the most important irregular verbs, how to make affirmative sentences in imperative and a negative sentence in imperative, which change. And then we are going to see loads of examples. El imperativo, the imperative in Spanish. The key question is, what is the imperative? So, the imperative is a tense that we're going to use to give orders, make requests, give instructions, or make suggestions. So, as you can see, it's a very important tense. It's a well used tense in Spanish, so it is a key that you learned this from. Let's go and have a look at how to use it. So, how to use it? We have affirmative sentences, negative forms, must known things that you need to know, and some uses. So, first of all, affirmative sentences is only going to be used with tú, vosotros, ustedes, and nosotros. Is not going to be used for they or them. No, just with those four that you have there. Okay, but what about the negative forms? We're going to use the word no, and we are going to use the present subjunctive in Spanish. That is a little bit more advanced, but all you have to do is like other verbs, you just have to learn the tense. But that's fine. Must known things that you need to know. Again, as always, there are going to be some verbs in Spanish that are irregular and will not follow the rules. That's just the fun of choosing Spanish as a language. And the uses, as we've seen in the previous slides, is for direct orders, for instructions, advice, invitations, and suggestions. So let's have a look a little bit more as the must know part. So for the imperative, it only exists in present tense. It follows a rule when the verbs are regular. And the negative sentences will use the subjunctive tense. But let's have a look at what does these really mean with a few examples. So I have today regular verbs finishes in AR, in ER, in IR. Okay. Do not sweat it if you're a beginner. I do have a course that is quite affordable in Udemy. I will leave the link down below if you do want to learn about regular verbs, irregular verbs, basic grammar, tons and tons of exercise and examples, and a lot of vocabulary to get you to a very comfortable beginner base, all from the comfort of your own home, all at your own time, with very short videos like these YouTube videos, but then you have plenty of examples and exercises with answers that you can follow. So if this is a little bit advanced video for you, go and check that course because it's definitely worth it. But let's have a look at this. So as you might know or may not know, so I'll tell you now, Spanish verbs are going to be regular or irregular. So the regular will break down into three parts. So there will be verbs finished in AR, like that comprar. So this is what I mean with the finish in AR. Or they will finish in ER, like a few of these ones, like leer o comer o aprender. And there will be verbs finishing IR, they're regular as well. For example, escribir, abrir, repartir, etc. So, depending if it finishes in AR or ER and IR, they will have a different termination. So, how do we create these terminations? So, we're going to get the verb comprar. We are going to drop the ending AR in this case. And we're going to add these endings that I have in the column termination for the different people that we're speaking about. So it depends which one it is. It's going to have a different ending. So for creating the imperative here, these are going to be the endings for the verbs finished in AR. So let's have a look at comprar, for example. We're going to drop the AR, and to form the U, we are going to add an A. So we take comprar, drop the AR, and add an A. So tu compra. Usted, which is a formal way in Spanish to speak. If it's in South America, it's used more daily life. But in Spain, that's a very, very formal way of speaking. So you probably won't really need it much, but just in case, and that so you're aware. The ending is going to be e. So we have dropped the AR and we're going to add e. So compre. Nosotros o nosotras, we're going to add AD. So comprad. For ustedes, we're going to add EN. So compren. Nosotros, nosotras. Compremos. Let's have a look at now. Hablar is going to be exactly the same. So we're going to drop the AR and we're going to add the endings from these terminations. Tú habla. Usted hable. Vosotros o vosotras hablad. Ustedes hablen. Y nosotros o nosotras hablemos. The same is going to happen with escuchar. We're going to drop the AR and we're going to add tú. We add the A, escucha. Usted, we're going to add the E, escuche. Vosotros or vosotras, we're going to add the AD, escuchad. Ustedes, we're going to add the EN, escuchen. Y vosotras, y nosotros, nosotras, we're going to add the EMOS, hemos. So, escuchemos. Again, the more you look at it, the more you review it, and the more you use it and practice it, the more natural it will come. Now, for this video, I have an additional exercises that you can do that will reinforce everything that we've seen, that you can practice. It's got the answers as well, but more on that at the end of the video. And remember that you can always download these slides for free. The link is also on the video. So if you want to pause this video, download them, maybe print them or use them on your tablet and take notes or read at the same time, feel free to do that. Otherwise, you can follow along with me right now and then download them at the end of the video and review and practice. And remember, the more times you watch this video, the better your understanding will be, the easier it will become, the more you get used to how the words sound, and so on. So let's have a look at verbs finished in ER. So some of the regular verbs finished in ER are going to be leer, to read, comer, to eat, y aprender, to learn. The same thing that we had before. Here are the terminations. You need to know these by heart. And in Spain, children will learn these in primary school. So That's how they learn it. So that's how we learn it. You can learn it by just doing exercises and repetitions and things like that, or by repeating these multiple times. And these are the endings for ER. So tú is going to have the ending of E, usted, ending of A, vosotros o vosotras, the ending of ED. Remember it was AD before, now it's ED. Ustedes, AN, y nosotros, nosotras, AMOS, amos. Okay, so let's have a look at leer, to read. So tú, lee, you read. Usted, lea. Vosotros, vosotras, leed. Ustedes, lean. Nosotros o nosotras, leamos. Let's have a look at comer. And then I will leave aprender. I'll just go a little bit faster. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. So, comer. Tú, come. You eat. Usted, coma. For example, in Spain, we would use this in a conversation in which we're all sitting in the table and some of the people have their plates and some of the people don't have the plates. You know, it's good manners to wait until everyone has the plates, but sometimes it takes too long and it's way too awkward. So you say, coma, coma, like you eat. So you can use that in that scenario, for example. Vosotros, vosotras, comed. Ustedes, coman. Nosotros, nosotras, comamos. And then we have aprender, which is to learn. You learn. Aprende. Usted aprenda. Vosotros o vosotras aprended. Ustedes aprendan. Y nosotros o nosotras aprendamos. Oh, there's an E there. It shouldn't be there. Anyway, let's have a look at verbs terminated in ER. So these are the endings like previously. Pause the video, have a look at them. It's just basically the same, just learn them. Remember that there's additional exercises at the end of the video in a link so you can practice. So don't get overwhelmed. This is just basic grammar. So escribir is to write, abrir, to open, and repartir, to share. Tú escribe. You write. Ustedes, usted escriba. Vosotros o vosotras escribid. Ustedes escriban. Nosotros o nosotras escribamos. Abrir, to open. For example, you open the door. Abre la puerta. Usted abra la puerta, for example, but a more formal way. Vosotros o vosotras abrid. So, for example, you're at home and your children are at home with you, and somebody rings the door, and you tell your children, "Chicos, abrid la puerta." So, guys, open the door. Abrid la puerta. Ustedes abran. Y nosotros o nosotras abramos. And the same with repartir. I'll just go a little bit faster here. So, tú reparte, usted reparta, vosotros, vosotras repartid, ustedes repartan y nosotros, nosotras repartamos. Let's have a look at some irregular verbs. So we have the verb hablar, habla, or no hables. Hable o no hable. Hablad o no habléis. Hablen or no hablen. And hablemos or no hablemos. Remember that for creating the negative, we are going to use the subjunctive. So I've put I've put in the screen the affirmative and the negative so that you can learn both at the same time and practice. So habla, no hables. Hable, no hable. Hablad, no habléis. Hablen, no hablen. Hablemos, no hablemos. Remember that the key to learn these is to practice. The more times you practice or you say it, the easier it will become. the sooner you'll learn it. Let's have a look at salir, to go out or to leave. Sal, no salgas. Salga, no salga. Salid, no salgáis. Salgan, no salgan. Salgamos, no salgamos. Let's have a look at the verb to go or the verb ir, another one of the very common verbs. So we have ve, go, don't go, no vayas. Vaya, no vaya. Ir, no vayáis. Vayan, no vayan. Vayamos, no vayamos. I would personally learn it like this or with sentences. So I'll make a sentence and I'll say it in affirmative and in negative. Affirmative, negative, affirmative, negative. So that you learn both. Let's have a look at another verb. Verb decir, to say, another irregular. So di, say. For example, say something. Di algo. So di, no digas. Diga, no digan. Decid, no digáis. Digan, no digan. And digamos, no digamos. Let's have a look at the verb venir, to come. So, ven, come here. Ven, ven aquí, come here. No vengas, don't come here. You come here. Venga, no venga. Venid, no vengáis. Vengan, no vengan. Vengamos, no vengamos. Now, let's have a look at a few sentences with all these. I know this is like wild, but let's have a look at some examples. I will leave all the examples down below. And remember, practice makes perfect. So let's have a look or analyze a few sentences with what we've seen today. Let's look at some examples. Vamos a ver algunos ejemplos. No compres eso. Es muy caro. So don't buy that. It's very expensive. No compres eso. Es muy caro. Hable más despacio, por favor. Speak a bit slower, please. Hable más despacio, por favor. Another one that I hear all the time at the swimming pool when I'm in the summer in the south of Spain with my family is no corras alrededor de la piscina, te vas a resbalar. So don't run around the swimming pool, you're going to slip. No corras alrededor de la piscina, te vas a resbalar. That's a very long one, difficult one. Ven aquí. Come here. Ven aquí. Deja eso. Es peligroso. Leave that. It is dangerous. Deja eso. Es peligroso. No hable tan alto, por favor. Don't speak so loudly, please. No hable tan alto, por favor. Avise a la policía. Call the police. Avise a la policía. Habla con ella. Está preocupada. So talk to her. She is worried. Preocupada, worried. If you are speaking about a man or a boy and he is worried, it would be está preocupado. Great. So let's do that sentence one more time. Habla con ella. Está preocupada. So talk to her. She's worried. But what about if we want to say, talk to him? He is worried. I'll give you a few seconds to think about it, and then we'll say it at the same time to see if you know. Okay, so it would be habla con él. Awesome. Está preocupado. Brilliant. Busca tu pasaporte. Nos vamos de viaje. Look for your passport. We're going on a trip. Busca tu pasaporte. Nos vamos de viaje. And the last one, no te estreses. Don't stress. No te estreses. I really hope that you like the video and the format. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make more grammar bite-sized kind of videos. Let me know in the comments. You can head over to my Buy Me a Coffee page in which you have all the slides from today's class that you can print and use them however way you wanted. A couple of additional exercises completely for free, and then you can also go on to the shop part of the website and buy for very small price all the grammar, additional examples, and more exercises for you to try. And I'll see you on the next one. Hasta pronto!